hair's a little crazier than I thought. Hey. Good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome in. Just a moment, and I will be there. What do you want? What? Do you want to go up here? Ha! Don't mind my cat. I don't think anybody saw that. Anybody could see that. Could see where she went. Welcome to Tiny Yoga, everybody. This is a 30-minute gentle flow for everybody in every space, and I did not write on the board what we're doing. your backwards handwriting gets so good. Whoop, whoop. All right. I'm going to try to bring you guys in just a little bit closer so I can see you. Hey, Natalie, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome in, everyone. Class, this is a 30-minute class. This is a 30-minute gentle flow for everybody in every space. It's a chair yoga class. All you need is a place to put your butt and probably a funny bone. If you're going to hang out here, you probably need a funny bone. I'll give you that. So I usually give everybody a few minutes to filter in. If you have any friends who are feeling a little kinky and they need to unkink, or just enjoy being kinked. Blah, blah. Welcome to class. Find a place to put your butt. We will get started here in just a few minutes. Tell your friends. Find a chair. It can be the edge of your bed. It can be your office chair. This is a 30-minute class, but if you cannot stay for the whole thing, I encourage you to hang out even just for a little bit. We've got a fun flow today. We're going to move through it kind of quickly, and then we're going to practice a pranayama technique called Nadi shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing, and we will also practice our Panchamukha mudra for this week. Either it's my eyes or suddenly all of this is really far away because I cannot see what's going on out there. Let's take a minute to just sit in the amazing of the... Thank you for the overall compliment. This is the first time I'm wearing these. Honestly, I recently got them, and I've been really excited about them, but they're a thing all of their own, right? So I was like, I don't know when and where and how to wear these, so today is the day. Today is the day. Thank you for noticing, Natalie. How is the feed? Is everybody clear? Can you hear me okay? Is it lagging, skipping? We are live on both TikTok and YouTube, which sometimes apparently creates a problem. If it's really bad today, I might have to just take you guys out in the living room and we'll go sit right beside the Wi-Fi router. But I don't want to start class if I know you guys are lagging over there on TikTok especially. No answer tells me that maybe it's lagging really terribly. What do you guys think? Thank you for the gift, my friend. Can you guys hear and see me okay? I'm guessing maybe not, huh? Yes, yes, yay. Awesome. If everybody could do me a favor and just give the live a share. I don't care who you share it to. Just give it a share. It always helps the live. And please let me know in the comments if it starts to get really laggy. If we have to, I have the router out in the other room. It's an old house, and it usually works okay, but lately it's been acting funny. Probably new patches over there on TikTok. So if we need to, I will move this whole shebang out in the living room. It'll be a little louder, but hopefully the lag will be gone if there is any. Remember, replays are on YouTube. Hello. For those of you who are new here, my name is Reverend Deborah. I'm an interfaith minister and movement facilitator and your Shennanigans shaman. Thank you, TikTok community, for that title. And this is our tiny yoga class. It's a 30-minute gentle chair yoga flow for everybody in every space. You don't need a fancy chair. You just need a place to put your butt. Hopefully not, stable enough that you're not going to wiggle yourself out of your chair. I recently found myself a nice folding chair, which I'm quite proud of, because you guys have seen my rickety old dining chair that we've been doing this class in for like a year. So, you are the only one in your body and the only one in your space. So if at any point during this class you have to leave, you've got something emergent coming up, or you're just not feeling it and you want to move on, feel free to do so. But I encourage you to hang out in this space and really when you're in this space, meet whatever comes up with curiosity and willingness. If you feel the impetus to join me, sit on the edge of your seat and get into your body in a way that is gentle, in a way that is all about presence, right? This is not a no pain, no gain space. This is not a we're going to get all buff and beefy in this space. This is not a space where I want you to push your edges even. This is a space where we practice meeting ourselves with curiosity and willingness, because then I can receive. When I meet myself with judgment, when I meet myself with frustration, or even force myself to do certain things or push my body past certain points, I get it. You want to get all yoked out, you got to do that. You've got to use that tension and release to build that muscle. The muscle we are building here in class is not of the physical body. It's of the emotional body. It's of the mental body, right? And this month we're studying the bodies within us, the koshas within us. Remember that the mental body and the physical body are very similar, right? Our physical body is obviously this thing here. My mental body is not this. This is my intellectual body, right? My brain, that thinking part of me, that's my intellectual body. My mental body is the somatic memory, is the thinking part of my physical body. So when we practice these, when we do these classes, we're really working on calming the mental body as well as the physical body, and just meeting ourselves wherever we're at. So if I do a pose that you're like, not feeling that today, then don't. If you have the space to try it out, I encourage, and you find yourself limited in the pose, take several deep breaths. We don't push past our boundaries, we invite more space. Cassidy, we are lagging a little. I had a feeling, guys. I don't know if it's TikTok, but I swear there's like, my internet was fine. Should we move out in the living room? Do you guys want to move out in the living room so that I don't have to deal with the lag at all? Yes, so you guys don't have to deal with the lag at all. Let's just move out in the living room. Like I said, it's going to be just slightly bit louder, but let's do it. A significant lag. Okay, I'm going to move to the living room, and if it doesn't fix it at all, then we can blame TikTok collectively. Okay, we'll know TikTok is causing shenanigans. Okay. I'll be right back for you, I promise. In the meantime, share it with your friends. TikTok does like to specifically lag or hide my content, not share it. Sorry. So, relocation to the old space. This used to be our regular yoga space here. So, I was trying to do something different, you guys. I was trying to create another space for us so that we had a little more room, a little better lighting, but the best laid plans, huh? What was my favorite saying? One of my favorite sayings was, or jokes, I guess it is, right? How do you make God laugh? Or how do you make the universe laugh? Tell it you've got plans. Tell it you've got plans. So now, instead of plans, I set intentions. This is, see this lighting, guys? Hold on. Just one sec. Sorry for the extra shenanigans this morning. I'll bring you guys in nice and close. Okay, is that any better, everyone? They're still lagging. It looks so something. All right. That hair is not going to do whatever I tell it, so we're just going to watch it do whatever it wants today. It's good so far? Yay! The Wi-Fi is right there. It's 2025, and the Wi-Fi can't reach, I don't know how many freaking feet that is. But now we have some nice sunshine. Now we have some nice sunshine. Hi, dog. YouTube, is that going to be okay? Is everybody going to be okay in this lighting here? I guess you can see me fine. Hello, dog. Hello. Hello, hello. It's time for class, though. No, it's not time for ear licks or none of that shit. Yeah, we're going to do class. Okay? Okay. All right. Do you want to go outside? No, you want to hug. Not doing it. All right, lay down. Puppy. This is Ajna. Yay, wonderful legacy. Thank you very much. Okay, lay down. Ajna likes the pets. Ajna likes to act like he has never had the pets. Ajna likes to act like he is not the first one to get the pets every single morning. Yes. All right. So, my friends, let's get started. Thank you for bearing with me for the quick little shuffle around. This is a 30-minute class. I will try to keep it to 30 minutes. We are going to have to close out. Usually we hang out for a couple of hours and chat, but I have some things to do today. So we are going to get into class, and then we're going to get out of Dodge. Have your last sip of coffee, tea, whatever it is that you are sipping on this morning. Share with your friends one last time. I don't know if I'm going to have room. We're going to have to turn this way. Sure. That'll do, right? Hey guys, I've had to move into the living room.
Okay.
Okay, so just, you know how it goes. Stay on that side of the camera, okay?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. All right, my friends. Let's get into this. So, find the edge of your seat. We're going to take 3 deep breaths to fully arrive here for class. But first, go ahead and move your feet. Get your feet connected to the ground. Stomp around a little bit. That's going to make the dog excited. Don't eat my feet. Thank you. Roll your feet around to the outside of your feet. Lift your heels and point your toes. Drop your heels and lift your toes. Wiggle them around. Roll your ankles. Shake those feet out. Shake those feet out. Then plant them on the ground. Plant them on the ground. Go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take 3 deep breaths to fully arrive for our practice. Go ahead and begin first by inhaling through the nose, pulling the breath through the lungs and all the way into the belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. Let it go. Inhale once more. This time lifting through the heart and lifting through the top of the head to elongate the spine. As you exhale, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Allow your shoulder blades to melt down your back. Let your arms get a little heavier. Relax your belly, relax your hips, relax your thighs, relax your knees, relax your calves, relax your toes. Welcome to class. Pause for a moment in this space, in this internal space. And if you have an intention today, go ahead and set your intention. It can be as simple as to just receive whatever is available through this practice, or maybe it's something more particular, more specific, like keep my attention focused on my intention, to meet myself with curiosity rather than frustration. Whatever your intention, whatever intention bubbles up today, go ahead and set it. Don't make a plan. Just set yourself an intention. Something simple. We're going to start with the head. You can keep your eyes closed as long as you'd like to, or open them at any point. Go ahead and begin first by inhaling, lifting the chin up towards the ceiling. And exhale the chin all the way down to the chest. Couple more at your own pace. Inhaling the chin up nice and slowly. Exhaling the chin down. This movement is with intention. All of your attention is on the movement, on your body, on your breath, on what's happening here inside of your body. Inhaling the chin up, exhaling the chin down. Go ahead and come back to neutral. Lengthen through the top of the head. Inhale at center. And exhale to gaze over one shoulder. No need to do any extra extension. Don't use your hands to push yourself further. Just turn your head to gaze over your shoulder, getting a gentle stretch in the other side of the neck. Exhale completely, then inhale through center, and exhale to the other side. Keep that nice long spine. Imagine you have a string through the middle of your head, from the top of your head, suspending you here in your chair. Nice long spine. Exhaling over the shoulder, inhaling through center, exhaling over the other shoulder. Back and forth at your own pace. We're just saying hello. Giving our body a moment of our attention. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop your chin back down to your chest and roll your neck one direction at your own pace. I know a lot of us have Rice Krispies in our neck, but the point here is not to give ourselves adjustments or to get that snap, crackle, pop happening. Just to say hello, just to warm the muscles, just to give them our attention. And switch directions. Back and forth, switching back and forth now as you gently roll the neck around one direction and then the other. Next time your chin meets your chest, inhale back up to neutral. And we're going to tip the head this time, keeping your shoulders relaxed, elbows nice and loose. Lengthen through the spine again, and as we exhale, we're just going to tip the head so that the ear goes down towards the shoulder. Keeping a nice long neck, shoulders relaxed. We're not closing up the ears just yet. Inhale back up to center and tip the head, ear to shoulder. Inhale back up. Exhale down to one side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down a couple more times. Inhale back to center. This time, again, inhaling, pulling the shoulders up. Pull them up towards your ears like you're trying to close your ears, keeping your neck nice and long. Hey, Brian, good morning. Squeeze those shoulders up towards your ears. Release your hands if they're in your lap because you're going to drop those shoulders like a ton of bricks. Pull them back up to your ears. Gather all the tension. Gather all the bullshit. Gather all the crap that you are carrying in your physical body, in your mental and emotional body. Pull it all up, stack it all on top of your shoulders, and then with a loud, drop those shoulders and drop that shit. Inhale up one more time. Squeeze them up to the ears. And shake it out. Go ahead and give your arms and shoulders a little bit of a shimmy, shake. Bring your palms together at your heart. Interlace your fingers and then flip your palms up towards the ceiling, pushing your hands up, extending the arms overhead. Again, nice long spine. Don't gaze up. Don't look up towards your hands. Just lift through the arms. Drop the shoulders back down to keep room. And then palm tree sway back and forth. So just at your own pace, dropping to one side and then the other. I encourage you to seek this stretch, especially through the armpits. Really get into the side, opening the side body, and also making sure that you're getting those muscles out right through the armpits. Nice and stretched, nice and open. Good morning, armpits. How are you today? Fantastic. Come back to center. Release both arms and roll the shoulders, lifting them up towards the ears and then rolling them in one direction a couple of times. Remember to breathe. Smooth movements one direction and switch. Hey, thanks, Mr. Marshmallow. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Relax your shoulders. Take your left hand and reach across to your right thigh. With your right hand, extend your fingertips down towards the floor at your side. And then inhale, sweeping the arm open and up overhead. Reaching, don't hit the houseplant. Reaching up with your fingertips again with intention here. Check your posture. Lifting through the top of your head. Gently tuck your chin. Keep this shoulder nice and dropped so that we're not closing up the ear with the arm. Reaching overhead. Inhale. And exhale, fall down to one side, opening with that right side body. Gaze past your right armpit. That's going to turn your torso slightly open. Lean back just a little bit. Give that nice, big, open stretch to the side body. Inhale, back up to center. Release the right arm. Shake it out. Other side. Take your right hand. Reach across to your left thigh. With your left hand, reach your fingers down towards the floor at your side. Relax that shoulder. Sweep that left arm. Ooh, I gotta be careful. Sweep the left arm open and out to the side. Reaching up overhead. Relax the left shoulder. Lifting to the top of the head. Gently tuck the chin. Nice long spine. Inhale. And exhale, dropping towards the right, opening the left side body, and gaze past that left armpit, opening your chest just a little bit. Breathe. Inhale, back up to center. Release the left arm. Bring both palms together at your heart. Then push your palms up towards the ceiling for a little back bend here. We're not going to go too far. Just a little back bend, lifting your chin, sending your chest forward. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring those palms back down to your chest, holding them at your heart. Inhale again, big deep breath. Nice long spine. As you exhale, twist to your left. Just your torso, upper body turning, keeping your knees facing forward. Turn your body as far as you can to the left. Then open the arms. Your right hand will go to the outside of your left knee. And that left hand is going to go behind you on the chair or on the bed. You're going to lengthen the spine one more time with an inhale. And then you exhale and gaze over that left shoulder, gazing behind you, deepening this twist. Take several deep breaths here, just inviting the twist a little deeper. Try not to push too hard. We're not trying to force ourselves into this twist. Remember, we're using the breath to invite more space. Inhale, one more big deep breath. Exhale as you slowly release back to center. One more time. Palms together at the heart. Send them up overhead for a little back bend. Exhale them back down to the heart. Inhale to fill the lungs. Exhale as you twist to the right, turning just the torso, keeping your knees pointing forward. Find your full extension and then open the arms. Left hand to the outside of your knee, right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to gaze over that back shoulder. Breathe. Invite the twist. Big deep breath in. And exhale to unravel yourself. Release back to center. Place your palms on your thighs, and we're going to move into cat-cows. Let's go ahead and start small with the belly button. Inhale, the belly button forward, tipping the hips just a little bit, as if you're going to waggle your tail behind you. Send your belly button forward and tip your tailbone up. Inhale. Exhale, send the belly button back towards the spine and tuck the tailbone. Exhale. Inhale, forward with the belly. Exhale, back with the belly. Now engage the lower rib cage, your diaphragm. Inhale forward with the whole belly and a little bit of rib. Exhale back. Keep that tailbone tucking out and in. Inhale forward. This time pushing the heart forward as well. Exhale back. Everything pushing back towards the spine. Inhale forward again, lifting the chin as well. Remember to lift that tailbone, wag your tail. And exhale, push all the way back, curving the entire spine. A couple more, your whole spine engaged. Inhale forward, lifting the chin, lifting the tailbone, chest forward, belly button forward. And exhale all the way back. Two more. Inhale. And exhale, getting the shoulders engaged. The whole upper body. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Come back to neutral, reach behind and interlace both your fingers behind you. Pull the fists back just a little bit. Open up the front body. Inhale, lengthen through the top of the head. And as you exhale, go ahead and fold down, resting your chest on your knees. And when your chest hits your knees, go ahead and keep your fists going overhead as far as feels comfortable to you. Stretching into the shoulder blades, the back of the shoulders. Breathe. Relax your head. Go ahead and release the arms gently, letting them hang down by your sides. Release the chest, release the head, release the low back, and just rest here for 3 big deep breaths. No tension anywhere in the body. Sigh it out, let it go. After your third exhale, go ahead and slowly roll up on your inhale. We're going to finish this session with a couple of warriors. I'm sorry, puppy, you're going to have to move for the warriors. So, find your center again. Nice long spine, relaxing the shoulders, melting the shoulder blades down the back. Heel toe your feet over to one side. You're going to turn knees and all over to one side of your chair. With your right leg, go ahead and slide your toes, lift your heel and slide your toes straight back behind you for a high lunge. So you want to keep this front knee at a 90-degree angle stacked over your ankle. The right foot slides back, keeping your foot on the ball of your foot, on your toes flexed. Inhale both arms up towards the ceiling and see if you can dip just a little bit without falling off of your chair, please. I don't want to hear any stories about people slipping off. Dip out into off the chair so that you can sink a little bit deeper into that right hip. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, drop the back heel, turning the toes open just a little bit. Turn your torso towards the side or towards the front of your chair. Open the arms for warrior 2. Nice long through the arms, reaching through the fingertips. Long spine, gaze towards that left hand in the front here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, drop your back hand toward the extended leg behind you. Flip your palm over up towards the ceiling and give yourself a slight back bend here, lifting your gaze towards the ceiling for reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale. Release both arms, bringing them behind you again. Interlace those fingers, and we're going to drop the chest, head, and all inside of that left front leg for humble warrior. Go as far as feels appropriate for you. If you need to move that back leg like I currently do to make sure that you're stable, please do so. Again, we're not going to fall off our chair. Drop down for humble warrior. Inhale back up. If any of these poses are not available to you, remember that you can modify. One way to modify this here is to not extend that back leg and to just keep your back leg or your right leg at the 90-degree angle, pointed toes, with your front leg at the 90-degree angle here. So almost like you're down on one knee. You can do the same thing. Allowing that right side of the hip to drop off the chair, inhaling the arms up, then opening them for warrior. If you can, move the leg back a little bit. There you go. Yeah? Good. Thank you for letting me know. This is why I appreciate having the live class and you guys chatting with me. And same for reverse warrior. Just place that right hand on your back thigh or on the chair behind you. And remember, you guys, you are your own guru, right? I am in my body and in my space, and that's the only place I can really be. So it's up to you to find different positions to modify or to ask for an alternative if you need it. We're going to go for the right side here. So remember, this is high lunge, warrior 2, reverse warrior, then humble warrior, if you're familiar. Heel, toe, both knees over toward the right side of your chair. Keep that front knee stacked over the ankle at a 90-degree angle. Sorry, YouTube, we lost Wi-Fi there for a second. Lift your left heel. I'm sorry, dog. Let me see if I can skip over dog. Lift your left heel and slide it behind you for a full extension, or go ahead and just drop the heel so that it's hanging down beside you. Face your chest toward the front knee here. Drop that left hip off the chair, opening a little bit here, sinking nice and deep into there. Inhale, both arms up, nice long spine. Exhale. Shoulders down so they're not closing off your ears. Inhale again. And as you exhale, turn your chest, drop the back heel, and open the arms for warrior 2. Find your posture and then gaze back towards those front fingers. On your next inhale, drop that back arm down to the extended leg. Inhale, flipping the palm of your front hand and then reaching towards the ceiling for reverse warrior. Big deep breath in. Exhale completely. Go ahead and release the upper arm, both arms. Bring them back behind you. Interlace your fingers behind you. Pull just a little bit to open the chest. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and we're going to drop down for humble warrior, chest and all. If you need to adjust to keep your balance, please do so. Dropping down into the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come up on your next inhale. And bring both knees back to center. Wipe the knees back and forth. Sink a little bit deeper back into your chair. Interlace your fingers underneath your right thigh. Lift your right thigh up towards your chest and then give it a hug. Give it a good squeeze. Nice big squeeze. Whisper sweet nothings. Give it some kisses. Give it gratitude for all that it does for you, and go ahead and release. Left knee, interlace your fingers underneath your left thigh. Pull it up towards your chest and give it a hug. Hey, Byron. Thank you, friend. Welcome, welcome. Whisper sweet nothings. Thank you so much. And release. So we've got 2 practices to close with today. Do the socks come off? No, these are perma socks. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a very new fancy thing where they actually are permanent socks. They don't come off. They're for people like me who get cold toes. So we wear perma socks. If you'd like to know where to buy them, you can check out my ticker-tacker shop or something. Okay. I said shenanigans. So we are going to close with 2 practices this week. You're welcome to stay for one. You're welcome to stay for both. We are all, yes, you love them. I love them too, Byron. We are all going to, we are going to practice Nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. And we are also going to sit with our mudra, but we can't do both at once. So it's important to hold our practices. Thank you, Cheesy Rat. How are you? It's important to hold these practices for a minimum of 5 minutes because it takes about 5 minutes for our energy to circulate through our system. So I want to do Nadi shodhana first, alternate nostril breathing, and then we'll sit for another 5 minutes with our mudra. I encourage you to sit for both. We've got about 10 more minutes. And let me go get my timer so that I can see how long we're sitting. Okay, I've got my timer. I'm going to scoot in with y'all. Excuse me, Dodo. Excuse me, Dodo. You can sit back down. I just needed to move in a little bit. Oh, the hair is doing its own thing. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. Handy dandy 5-minute timer. If you can find yourself a 5-minute timer, I really love these things, and especially because it doesn't ding. You are so stinking sweet, but it's not time yet. It's not time for playthings yet. No, just wait a minute. Just wait a minute, sir. Please, please, please. Doggo. It's needing some love. All right, so here are our practices. First, we will begin with Nadi shodhana. Thanks, Nella. Nadi shodhana is alternate nostril breathing, and we did several versions of alternate nostril breathing. Let's review really quickly for what we did this month. We practiced Anulom Vilom, which is a alternate nostril breathing with 0 holding, with no pauses. So we use the Vishnu mudra for Nadi shodhana. You can do this mudra 2 ways, actually. I've seen it done a couple of ways, but these are the 2 primary ways. You drop your index and your middle finger down into your palm, leaving the thumb, ring, and pinky extended. You will use this to close your nostrils back and forth like this. So there's this way to do it, and the other way is to extend those 2 fingers and place them up at your third eye. I've also seen people just kind of hold the fingers upright. Whichever works for you, feel free to do so. It's fun because this is the Vishnu mudra, this is the prana mudra. So either way works just fine. It's whatever feels most appropriate to you. Okay, so I've said that now several times. We don't need to say it again. The other practice, if you want to do the mudra right now, we're going to do 5 minutes now, we're going to do 5 minutes here right after. So the Panchamukha mudra is like so. You bring both hands together and just touch the tips of each of your fingers together and hold it here at your belly. This is a really great mudra because it helps to activate the body's self-healing power, which exists here in the solar plexus. It actually works on the corpus callosum. I remembered the name of it. The bridge that bridges together, that connects both hemispheres of the brain. So this strengthens the connection between both hemispheres of the brain. And then it also helps to balance all 5 elements in the body, all 5 koshas or sheaths, bodies within us, as well as the movement of all 5 pranas. We have 5 directions, 5 bodies, 5 elements, and this helps to balance them all, while also strengthening connection between the left and right hemisphere of the brain, as well as it's really good for the tendons, right? Because this is a thing that connects the things, and so the tendons connect the things too. I love these things. You can make your choice. You can join us for Nadi Shodhana first, and then we'll sit with this mudra. If you only want to sit for 5 minutes, you can choose this mudra held at your heart, or held at your solar plexus here, the Panchamukha mudra, or you can do Nadi Shodhana. It's up to you. You are your own guru. I invite you to find the practice that feels most appropriate. But I do invite you to do one practice for 5 minutes at a time, okay? Because 5 minutes gives that energy enough time to circulate. So first, I'm going to start with Nadi Shodhana. Analum, we mentioned it before. So here's your mudra, or there's your mudra. I'm not going to review. Replays are on YouTube. Replays are on YouTube for Analum Vilum and Surya Bandhana and Chandra Bandhana, which were the other 3 practices we did this month. So today, the last day, last Friday, we are going to go ahead and do Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana, we close the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Hold at the top. And then switch, closing your left nostril with your ring finger and exhaling through the right. Hold at the bottom again. Then inhale through the right again. Hold at the top. Switch and exhale through the left. Hold at the bottom. These holds can be brief. I encourage you to find your own pace. I will cue as we move through it a little bit, but I want you to find your pace. This is your body, your space, your practice. Thank you guys for the follows, for the love, for the gifts, for the shares, for all of the fantastic. Thank you. Okay. Let's settle into our bodies. Let's wiggle into our seat. Go ahead and find your mudra. Plant your feet on the ground if they are not already. We want to keep a nice upright posture. If you'd like to lay down, feel free to do so. Just don't slouch. We are working with, Nadi Shodhana works with the minor energy channels, the Ida and the Pingala. No, this way. The Pingala and the Ida. Pingala is right, Ida is left. Pingala is your yang energy, your pranic vayu, your solar energy in the body, the energizing, uprising energy, and then the lunar yin energy is your Ida. This is the resting, restful, rejuvenating energy. So the Nadi Shodhana alternates the breath between each of these channels, back and forth. What I really encourage you to do as we sit with this practice is to imagine, not just imagine, visualize, but also use your senses to feel. Feel the breath coming in the one nostril, reaching up towards the third eye, and then exhaling through the left. It's not just here in the nose. It's not even pulling it. We're not even focusing on pulling it back down to the chest. We're going to bring it up to the third eye and back out. We're washing our third eye, flossing our third eye with the breath. V, question, your sacral might be blocked. How would you help release that? There are so many things that you can do for your sacral chakra. One of my favorite things to do is to just place your hands on it. Another soothing thing that you can do is to wear the color orange. There are a plethora of practices for your sacral chakra. Actually, if you will ask me on one of my videos and my content, I will make you a video and I can throw a bunch of practices at you in that video. Right now, Nadi Shodhana will help to balance all of the chakras. Your nadis are necessary for turning the wheels, for the movement of your chakras, the rotation of your chakras. Your nadis are like belts that weave through these energy centers. So when we use Nadi Shodhana, it helps to balance every single one of these, okay? So, without further ado, grab your Vishnu mudra or your open prana mudra. You're very welcome, B. Thank you for the question. And we're going to begin by closing that right nostril with the right thumb. Go ahead and close your eyes if you'd like to, or you can keep them open. I'm going to flip my timer. I'm going to do 5 minutes like so. Inhale through the left. Big deep breath and hold. Close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Hold at the bottom. Inhale through the right. Hold at the top. Switch. Close that right nostril and exhale through the left. Hold at the bottom. Inhale through the left. Hold at the top. Close the left, exhale through the right, and go ahead and go at your own pace. If you lose your pace at any point, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and switch nostril, exhale, and find your pace again. 5 minutes. Feel that breath as it enters one nostril, goes up into your third eye, swirls around as you hold the breath. And then exhale, clearing any blockages, anything nonsense, anything sticky, anything stuck, anything ready to be released. Find a pace that works for you, that you can keep nice and steady. It's okay if your pauses are brief. Honor where you are in this moment. If you notice your head is floating away with itself, bring intention to your posture by gently tucking your chin and lifting through the top of the head, then returning to your practice. Steady pace of inhales and exhales. Holding at the top and holding at the bottom for as brief or as long as feels comfortable to you. Just about a minute more. Stay with it. Keep visualizing that breath coming in through one nostril, clearing out the third eye, and exhaling through the next. Relax that right shoulder in case it starts creeping up towards your ear. We're almost done. Last one, inhaling through your left nostril. Hold. And exhale through your right. Go ahead and release your right hand or your mudra if you've decided to just do the mudra. We're going to pause for a moment here and just receive the benefit of that practice. Just feel, now that we're pausing, just being. Feel into the nostrils, feel into the third eye, feel into your chest, feel into the length of your spine. Give your body a quick scan here. Not looking for anything in particular, just noticing the quality of your breath, the quality of your mind, the quality of your inner vision, the quality of your mental body, your sensory perception. Offer yourself a gentle smile if it feels comfortable to do so. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and move into our mudra. Again, this is the Panchamukha mudra. And all you do is connect the tips of each of your fingers and rest this right here at the solar plexus. Make sure you give your elbows a little bit of a wiggle, relax your shoulders, nice long spine lifting through the top of your head. Gently tuck your chin to bring intention to your posture. And we're going to close our eyes back up and just receive the benefit from this mudra, especially since we've done Nadi shodhana and we moved into our body with tiny yoga. It's very likely that you'll feel some kind of sensation with holding this mudra for 5 minutes. So I'm going to flip the timer over. I'm going to start with our 5 minutes again. Panchamukha mudra. All the fingertips touching. Hold here. Remember that when we sit with these tools, especially when they're not active things that we're doing, Nadi shodhana at least had us something we were doing, right? When we sit with our mudras, it's easy for the mind to slip away. It's easy for the body to start binding up with tension. It's easy for the emotions to start getting nervous. We have other things to do. I invite you for this 5 minutes to meet everything that comes up. Tension, fear, shame, guilt, frustration, even just distraction, with curiosity and willingness, but without needing to do anything about it. For 5 minutes, we replace tension only with intention. No need to do, to change, to be anything else than we are in this space for these 5 minutes. Focus on inhaling and exhaling just through the nose. However, if you find your body naturally offering a sigh, please accept it. That's a gift of relaxation. It's extra oxygen. That's releasing tension. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. And then just breathe. Nothing more, nothing less in this space. If you notice sensation in your hands or anywhere else in your system, especially the kind that's exciting or cool to feel, notice it as well without the need to do anything about it. Just 5 minutes here. Keep intention in your posture, keep intention in your mudra. You don't want either one to collapse. Nice long spine and intentional connection between the fingertips. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, got me with the puzzle piece. Allow each exhale to melt away any tension you find in your system. Again, I encourage you to offer a gentle smile if it feels appropriate, a smile of gratitude, a smile of humor, especially if your mind is busy, especially if you're finding tension in your body over and over, especially if pain is building. If pain is building, maybe make some adjustments. This is not a no pain, no gain kind of space. Replace tension with intention. Go ahead and take a big, deep breath in. And as you exhale, release your mudra and bring your hands either to prayer at your heart or simply lay one over your heart and one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice, in gratitude for the space, in gratitude for the tools, in gratitude for the prana, that life force that is always flowing through the path of least resistance to bring you to your highest good in every single moment. Offer yourself gratitude for getting the fuck out of your own way today and taking some time for self-care today. Thank you for joining me in this space. You can stay with your practice as long as you'd like to. You can even return to the mudra or return to Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, when you are ready to close completely. I invite you to rub your palms together to warm them up and cup them over your eyes. Fluttering your eyes open behind your palms to soften the transition. Hola. Hey, thank you guys for the interactions, for the sharing, for the gifts. Oh, thanks guys. Octavia. Octave? Octave sweet. Nice. Thank you. So today we did a 30-minute gentle chair yoga flow. Gentle? Gentle? It's gentle, right? The replay is on YouTube at Move with Change. We also practiced Nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, and then we also sat with our mudra for the week. Our mudra for the week, again, is the Panchamukha mudra, and you just bring all your fingertips to touch and hold it here at the solar plexus, right at your belly. You can rest it on your belly, or you can rest a little further out. I personally, because of shoulder and neck stuff, I like to hold it a little further out because I can anchor my elbows to my sides, and that helps to keep my shoulders down a little bit, pulling down in the hey, thanks Eric, pulling down in the shoulder blades to keep my posture nice and tall. Panchamukha mudra works by balancing all 5 elements in the body. It balances all 5 bodies within the self, the koshas. It balances all 5 directions of prana that flow through our system. And it also helps to balance the right and left hemispheres of the brain by affecting the corpus callosum, the bridge, right, that connects the two. It also is beneficial for tendons everywhere in the body, that connective piece up here and the connective pieces throughout our whole self. The thing I love about mudras is how accessible they are. I think most of us can put our fingertips together and rest that at our belly. And even if you don't want to hold it at your belly, you can rest it in your lap. I know that there's been a lot of discussion lately about folks seeing certain people using mudras out there in the world. I've had some great conversations about even characters from movies and things that use mudras. So I encourage you to take these with you. Don't just wait until you're sitting alone in your little yoga corner or wherever you're doing, or when you're doing your silent meditation, right? Hey Tammy, how are you? There are mudras that I do while I'm driving. There are mudras that I do while I'm sitting and watching a movie with my son. There are mudras that I do while I'm eating. There are mudras that you can do anytime. There are mudras that put me to sleep. And there are mudras that I wake up and do first thing in the morning. You need to do more mudraing, Eric. Hang out here. Mudras were, I offered a new mudra every single week last year, and I'm trying to continue to do that. I'm working on shifting. I'd like to do more lives, but I need editors to help me clip the practices. So in the meantime, I'm going to keep trying to make content. I did just put out a video for the Panchamukha mudra this week. I will try to catch up from the previous mudras that I was offering earlier. If you ever need a mudra for something, or you wonder if there's a mudra for something, please comment on my content, especially here on TikTok, because that allows me to interact with the content more and make you your own video. I can do a video response and be like, hey, you needed a mudra for this? Well, here you go. So if you need more mudraing, please feel free to ask. Hi, Bead Luna. I use them but still learning them. You're very welcome. And remember too, as we learn mudras, we may find that we already have some intuitive mudras, right? This is something as many of us may actually do already, right? This is one of those that we see a lot, even in people speaking, right? You've seen this one used by some certain folks who are out there in the world right now. These are not on accident, right? We can do them intuitively. We can do them intentionally. How do mudras work? Why do mudras work? Because all 5 elements in the body run through the channels of your fingers here. And when we adjust the direction of them, change those things, what we do is we change the direction of those channels. Which is also why it's important when we hold our mudras to hold them with intention only, right? Imagine, let's do the Shukri mudra. The Shukri mudra is another really good one for balancing all the elements and all the koshas in the self. It brings all the elements together, but it's a single hand. So we do this on both hands, or we do this. These are very similar, works on some different things. But here's the Shukri mudra. This is one that we probably do a lot too, right? When you're holding this mudra, if you squeeze your fingers together, it's going to be really hard to hold this for a while, right? Yeah. That is why we hold our practices or hold our mudras with intention. So just make a connection, bring all the pads together to touch the thumb of the fingers, all of them gather to the top, and go ahead and rest that in your lap with intention. Here's the thing. Your attention, right, is required to keep you focused on your intention. So if I am doing a mudra when I'm doing something else, or I'm in meditation holding a mudra, and my attention wanders off somewhere else, I may notice that tension builds in my mudra, or I even sometimes will accidentally release my mudra, right? Sometimes holding the Panchamukha mudra, I find that when I'm in practice, I'll make that intentional connection, just touch. This is energy flowing, right? If you squeeze it, just like if you kink a hose, it's not going to flow as freely. But sometimes when we're holding it, it falls, it collapses, or pressure. We start to accidentally cause pressure. If at any point you notice those things, you can shake it out and come back to it, or just release the tension and bring intention back to your practice. In this space, we talk about these 4 pillars of mindfulness: your intention, your attention, curiosity, and willingness. How do these work? Your intention is like your guiding light, right? It is the carrot on the stick. It's the star that I hang out in front of me, my North Star. That's the direction I'm going. If I set my intention to, I don't know, do the dishes or have an important conversation with somebody, but my attention is not on that at all, I am not likely to accomplish my intention completely or in a more full way, right? So my intention is my guiding light. I hang it out there in front of me. That's my North Star. That's my carrot on a stick. And hopefully it's aligned with my beliefs and my values and the things that I actually want. And then my attention becomes my compass, because this keeps my ship heading toward that intention, that North Star, right? I set my intention out there to sit for 5 minutes with my mudra and just receive. And then while I am doing this, I've got my North Star out there. I set my attention on it as well. And I sit here meeting whatever comes up with curiosity and willingness. Oh, interesting, there's a thought. Interesting, there's a mental fart. Interesting, there's some weird funny feeling in my knee. Interesting. We continue to go through this, right? And then sometimes our attention attaches to one of those little things, or a sound outside, or starts babbling about our to-do list and other shit that we have to do, and our attention wanders off. What happens to our ship then? It starts to veer away from our intention. When that happens, when our intention and our attention are not aligned, we pull ourselves out of the present moment. When that happens, it creates a kind of surface tension, like choppy water. That choppy water will keep down a variety of things that are occurring, and keep down because we're not giving them any of our attention. We're not noticing them. We're not feeling them. The body is doing what it's doing because my attention is somewhere in the yesterday or tomorrow or whatever the heck it is, right? But I am not aligned with my intention. And when my attention is not aligned with my intention, it builds tension in my body, in my mind, in my breath. Because my body and my mind and my breath return to the holding patterns, return to the energetic and emotional patterns that are knee-jerk, that are interwoven into my being. When I am not fully present and conscious, my body and my mind take over for me. So if you're tired of being triggered, if you're tired of feeling like your emotions are running the fucking show, or your ego is, right, or your fear is, this is a really important place to start aligning those things, and to start finding the captain of your ship, to get the wheel back from your emotions, from your triggers, from your energy patterns, is by aligning, as simple as it sounds, my intention with my attention. Because here, the surface tension releases, becomes still, because I am here in the present moment. And when that happens, I can hear every little thing that begins to bubble up inside of me. The body whispers. And if you are constantly clamoring around and your mind is screaming and your body is all active and whatnot, then you're not hearing the whispers. The body has to get louder and louder and louder and louder, and it manifests out into our lives, and then the patterns keep patterning, and we're like, what the fuck, how do I get to this? Oh, there's the root. There's the source. There's the rotten fruit that I keep shoving back down inside of my gut and pretending it doesn't exist. The emotional pattern. The ego. Ego is not bad. Your emotions are not bad. They're just trying to drive your ship for you. They're trying to keep your vessel operating when you're not present. Think about that. We talk all the time about how our emotions are out to get us or manipulating us, or our ego is the bad guy and we want to just get rid of it, you know. But really, they are there because my attention is often elsewhere. Someone has to drive the ship. And for most of us, it's our old patterns. It's our ego, it's our energy, it's our emotions. Not the conscious self. So these practices are more than just looking cool holding a mudra. These practices are more than just clearing your nose, right? These practices get us into deeper and deeper layers of the self when we allow them to. So, try it when you're doing dishes. Try it next time you're driving home from work. Try it next time someone important speaks to you. What's your intention? And align your attention right there the whole time. And anytime you notice your attention starts to wander off, you go, oop, bring it back with curiosity and willingness. Why do I say curiosity and willingness? Because we can't always be patient. Sometimes we're frustrated. We don't always speak to ourselves lovingly. And you know what? That's okay. Because there's a reason for those defenses. There's a reason for that self-talk. And we don't need to sort out the reason as much as if we just are present with it. The way curiosity and willingness work in practice is the inhale and the exhale. If I am sitting with my intention to receive benefit from this mudra, thank you, Fred, and I set my attention on this practice. I've got my eyes closed, I'm breathing, my body's relaxed, it's all going great and good. And then the mind pipes up. What the hell are you doing sitting here? 5 whole minutes? We have other things to do. This is ridiculous. What do you think you're going to get out of this, right? That chatter, 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 chatter. That may be hard for me to hear. And my reaction may normally be to shut it down and look away, or to argue back, right? Or to feel bad. In this space, I don't need to do any of those things. In this space, I always imagine them like bubbles, like from Wizard of Oz, where there's little, like, you know, castles and things in the bubbles, right? Each of these thoughts, each of these words, each of these emotions and feelings and things that come up when I am in this practice, they're emotional belches. And it's because I am here and quiet and still that I can hear them at all. So I let them go. I inhale. Hello, funny thought. Hello, shameful feeling. Hi, yes, I see you, you're valid. I'm going to make space for you to come up. Open up my rib cage, open up my lungs, open up my heart space, and let that bubble up through me. And as I exhale, the exhale is permission to leave. I'm not forcing it. I'm not pushing it away, telling it to shut the hell up. I'm not shaming and blaming myself further for having a distraction. All I'm going to do is inhale and exhale. And return my attention to my intention. The longer we stay fighting with our emotions, with our ego,
with our patterns and our triggers, the longer they are going to stay there. Why? Because they are our defenses. When I was unconscious, when you were unconscious, your energy found patterns to keep you safe. Your egos manifested in response to your environment and the internal and external interaction between those things. These are your allies. They are your defenses. And if you come into your own internal space, swinging and screaming and blaming and guilting, guess what? They're going to even defend you from you if they have to. And that's what your emotions are. Just patterns that your system decided would keep you safe best in this life. And so for that, I can say, thank you, sadness, anger. Thank you, frustration. Thank you, fear. Thank you, shame. Thank you for keeping me safe for so long. I like to add, but now I'm here. So you can go ahead and sit back, right? I use the analogy of a pirate ship. You'll hear me talk a lot about my pirates, and it's based on the concepts from internal family systems. Hey, love, Pop-Tarts, how are you? It's based on internal family systems, where we understand that there are so many facets of self. It's not multiple personalities. It's when I show up to work, I show up as a certain self. When I show up with my partner, I show up as a certain self. When I show up with my kid, I show up as a certain self. When I'm by myself, I'm a certain self. And sometimes not all of those selves show up in the same spaces. Does that mean we're being disingenuous? No, we're using our energy appropriately. With internal family systems, we give each of these patterns, each of these egos, each of these emotions its own character. For me, they have manifested as a pirate ship full of pirates. They are my defenders, they are my keepers, they are my playmates, they are my soothers, they are my helpers and my healers, they are everything that I am. But here's the reality. They are not wise. They are built of this lifetime based on my experiences in the lifetime, and they do as much as they can to keep me safe, but they don't have the maps. They don't know where we're going in the long run. Hell, sometimes it seems like they don't even know how to navigate. Who does that? My captain. Captain, my higher self. My guide, my connection to source, my wisdom within, my inner guru. We each have an inner guru, right? That light leads us forward. When I'm still on this journey. But early in my journey, as I manifested these pirates in understanding myself, in an attempt to find my higher self, in an attempt to find my captain. And it took, honestly, years, because I spent those years fighting with my ego, fighting with my emotions, pushing and pulling, demanding and trying to control, shaming and blaming and guilting myself for everything that I was and whatever things that happened in my life. Thank you, friends. When I finally found my captain, it was in silence. It was once I had put down every single arm, every single weapon, every single fist, and was willing to just listen. That's not easy to do because there's a lot of shit talkers up there. I found my captain quietly waiting for me to find them, to find him. And when I found him, I was initially really fucking angry. As we might be, right? Especially for those of you who go, I can't hear my guides. I don't know what you're talking about, higher self. It's just me. I was there. What do you mean intuition? I don't know how to tell the fucking difference between me and something else. When I found my captain, I was angry. And I said, how dare you? I have been struggling all of these years. I've been trying to fucking find you. I've been trying to sort out my ego, my energy, my whatever, and I keep patterning in these ways, and I've needed your wisdom. I've needed your guidance, right? I've prayed like that before, right? I've yelled at my inner captain like that before. I've begged and knocked on the sky and beat on the earth for those kinds of things before. But it was in that moment where I realized that the wisest of us are not going to chase us down in our ignorance, right? They're not going to come find us out in the world when we're doing stupid shit to say, tap, 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 it's time for you to grow up. Tap, 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 it's time for you to evolve. Hey, tap, 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 maybe you should do the self-work now. They're not going to do that. Nobody's chasing you down for you to do this stuff. For you to meet yourself, come home to yourself, learn to love yourself, practice self-care, for you to seek enlightenment if that's even what you want. You don't have to. You have the choice, the free will, to not do it. But when you decide to, you'll realize that the wiser self is not going to yell to get your attention. And as long as you're loud and busy in here, you won't hear your captain. At least I didn't. What I heard was ego. What I heard was judgment. What I heard was my own emotion, until I could quiet down enough, until I could quiet that din enough to hear my captain. Thanks, Mossy. So I actually have, for those of you who want replays are on YouTube. I am Move with Change on YouTube. I Move with Change here on TikTok. I keep replays open usually for about a month. This year I have January and February are all open for our tiny yoga class. I am also doing a Wednesday class from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. Tiny yoga is about to move, you guys. It's going to move so that I can do kids yoga in person here in town. Cross my fingers that I'm actually going to follow through on that. So usually it's 10 a.m. Pacific time. Friday, Tiny Yoga next month is going to move to 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. So we will have a Wednesday and a Friday class from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I would really like to start doing a Yoga Nidra class. I'm going to try to figure out how to make that work, because that's nothing you guys need to watch. It's just audio, right? It's just me guiding you through a meditation. And so expect Yoga Nidra to start next month, and expect to find classes from 2 to 4 p.m. on Wednesday and Friday right now, probably Monday for Yoga Nidra. 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. Casually shifting timelines, that's what we do. Awesome, where are we moving to? Just later in the day. Thank you guys for all the love. So let's see. I will always be live on YouTube and on TikTok. However, I encourage you to go follow me on Patreon as well. You can join as a free member on Patreon, and that's where I post things like schedules and big updates and changes and things like that. You can also find membership there. I am doing these classes for free. I do offer coaching, as well as archive memberships. So if you want more than just the last 2 months of classes, there is more than a year of classes, not just tiny yoga classes, the chair yoga classes, but also meditations and breath work and mudras there. And I was doing classes 3-4 times a week last year. So there are so many classes in the archive membership. The membership is on patreon.com/move-a-change. It's $11 a month, and you get more than a year of classes, plus whatever is open right now on YouTube as well. Let's see. Anything else? So that was the big announcement. 2 to 4 p.m. Fridays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays, we do our Inner Light Series CAYA Classroom class. 2025 is my radical movement to inform you guys about your energy body, about the tools that you can use to balance, align, and heal. There are a lot of places where you can go out there and pay an exorbitant amount of money for either taking your own training to learn these things, or from some coach who'd like to charge you top dollar money mindset stuff. I'm not about it. I'm not judging anybody who does it, but in this space, information is free. So ask your questions, and specifically ask them on my content here on TikTok, because I can make new videos for you and share more content. If you would do me a favor and interact with the content as much as you can to try to tell TikTok that you actually enjoy this kind of content, even though it's not divisive, even though it's not sensationalized, even though I'm not trying to nickel and dime you guys and make shop things and all that stuff happen. Again, no judgment, but that's not what this space is about. TikTok doesn't know you like it because you're not dumping much money into it. They take 60% of what I make on here. So if you really want to support the work that I do, go over to Patreon. And if you'd like to dive deeper into the content and deeper into this community, we also have a Discord space, also free. The only thing I charge for are the things in my shop and the archive replays and coaching. So I have ways to make sure that I get support. You guys help me keep the internet running. You help me keep the lights on. You help me keep all the things. So I appreciate it. Let's see. What else? Are there any last assignments? Today's class is going to be, or assignments. I'm not offering assignments. Not today. Maybe on Wednesdays. So this year, 2025, we are going to go through the entire energy body. In January, we talked about the aura, and I offered tools for the aura. In February, this month, we have talked about the elements in the body, the pranas, the movement of energy through our system, the 5 elements in the body, and the 5 koshas, the 5 sheaths, right? So we went through the aura in January, the inner spaces, elements, and things in our body in February. In March, we're going to study the earth chakras, the lower chakras. In April, we're going to move into the root chakra. Each month, I'm going to offer you new weekly tools. That's 4 different mudras every week. That's 4 different tiny yoga classes every week. That's soon 4 different yoga nidra classes every week. That's 4 different herb and stone pairings every week. That's 4 different nutrition tips every single week. And if I can get my ass in gear, I'll also offer 4 mudras every week, and 4 asanas every week, and 4 sound frequencies every week, and 4 visualizations every week. I have a whole bunch of shit I really would like to share with you guys, because this toolbox is really, really fat. And the only way for me to get this to you guys is either if you ask me for it, or if I share it like this. I've tried before. I've tried creating memberships and putting up gates that say, no, you can't have the information unless you pay me. But you know what? It's disingenuous for me. Because if we ran into each other at the grocery store, or you asked me sitting across from me at a restaurant, I would tell you any of this. I would pull things out of my toolbox and offer you whatever it was that you were asking. That's my truth. So I teach these classes for free, hoping that the information will enlighten you. Because what is enlightenment? It's not some faraway concept that's not accessible or only accessible to a handful, right? No special somebody is the only person who gets enlightenment. Enlightenment is the journey of bringing deeper and deeper awareness to the subtle layers of reality, internal and external reality. In darkness, we are in ignorance. As we bring more light, we enlighten our experience. And your energy body, that moves through all layers of self. You want to adjust your emotional patterns? Energy body. Thank you, friend. You want to heal physical aches and pains in your body? Energy body. You want to shift negative thought patterns that have been keeping you down? Energy body. Your gut is all fucked up all the time? Energy body. Your feet are sore? Energy body. You can't sleep? Energy body. So I call them cheat codes. You might call it biohacking, right? Whatever these terms are now. If you would like to get the most out of this space, I encourage you to go pick up the Inner Light Map. I wanted to create a journal for these classes that was an informative, big, fat, awesome journal with all of the information. I started to create it last year, and I realized it was going to be a fucking like 200-page encyclopedia / journal / and I was like, no, because I'd have to charge a bunch for that. So instead I created a 4-page PDF. It's for $5. It's on my shop. Every little bit helps me keep the lights on. And those 4 pages, you buy it once, and then you can print it off as many times as you'd like to. Those 4 pages are the Inner Light Map. And within that inner light map, you have a practice assessment, a tool recording, so you can write down, it was a mudra, it's called this, it works for this, and this is how you hold it. You can keep track of all those things. And then it also has a daily check-in sheet where you can write down how you're feeling, how much you slept, how much water you've eaten, da, 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 and then also a visual piece of the body at all 4 angles so that you can color in and write over how your body feels, how your energy feels, how your chakras feel. What's the point of this? It is a self and practice assessment. And every single time you use that, you are going to be informing your brain and your body about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And instead of me offering a run-of-the-mill, here's all the tools, fat book that for everybody, I think it's more powerful for you to write your own. So stick around. Stick around. I will be offering more classes. I will be creating more content and putting it out there. If you know how to edit or want to help with any of the tech stuff, please reach out to me because I do need support. It's been pretty much just me, but I've got some people kind of coming in and I need a little bit more support. So come in and ask, or come in and let me know if you want to support. I also offer trade for that. Let's see. This is my revolution. You can go buy a book. You can go take a class. You can go Google it up. Pretty much any of the tools that I am teaching you here in this space, you can go find on your own. But if you've been trying to do your self-work and looking for those tools, you may notice that it's like, how do I find a mudra for this? How the hell do I find a mudra? How do I figure out what this mudra is that feels really nice when I hold my hands like that? No, just a second. I'm almost done. In a world that expects you to fall in line and to give away your power and to give away your inner knowing to professionals, the most radical thing that you can do is to become familiar with the inner workings of your system. When you find that inner captain, when you find that place of peace, when you're used to having choppy water of emotions all the time, that's when you begin to experience inner strength. There is a place inside you where no one else can reach. But most of us can't even reach that for ourselves. Most of us are feeling lost and scattered. Most of us are used to pushing and pulling on external resources of energy. Constantly hungry, constantly needing some reinforcement, some reassurance, something from somebody or something else outside of us. But guess what? All of that is temporal. Everything outside of you, even your body itself, has a rise and a fall, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Even your breath, just like the tides of the ocean. Everything in this matrixy reality has an ebb and a flow. It's impermanent. There is something constant. It took me years of debating with ego and emotions and avoiding that silence within myself to find it. And it's only been the last couple of years since I found it. But when I tell you that the person that I was before is very different now, it's too simple of a way to put it. Mindfulness, the simple practice of aligning my intention with my attention and learning to meet myself with curiosity and willingness, has changed just about everything about me and about my life in a positive way, right? I'm still me. But the way that I meet me, I get to fall in love with myself because I hated myself before. I get to come home to myself because I fucking took off and left me in the dust. I get to learn to trust myself because I could not trust myself, and I'm still working on that one. So go get your inner light map, or just grab a journal and track these practices. Whenever you're sitting with these practices, meet yourself with curiosity and willingness instead of judgment and shame and guilt and blame. Just try it out, just today. You can go back to doing whatever the hell you want to do tomorrow. But today is an opportunity. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. All right, my friends. Normally I do hang out quite a bit longer, but today we need to run some errands, so I'm going to head off. Please go follow me on YouTube at Move a Change. Go follow me on Patreon at Move a Change. Both places are free to follow. Go join us in the Discord if you want to dive deeper into this community, and especially if you want to help, you'll have to join the Discord. Go look for replays on YouTube. If you want more than just the last 2 months of replays, then you'll have to go to, hey Jessica, you'll have to go to Patreon to get that membership. If you want private coaching, that's also there as well. Anything else? Tonight, if you're in the Discord, we have our Watch and Weave party. We're going to watch another episode, 2 more episodes of the Ancient Civilizations series from CAYA.com. You are very welcome, Helen. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you know what I'm talking about, great. If you don't, you can inquire. It's really cool, ancient stuff, cool stuff, science and history and the new information that we have compared to the old information that we had. So we're going to do that this evening, starting at 4 p.m. Come join us. We watch 2 episodes and then we chat about it. And then we watch them again, and then we chat about it, and we watch them again, because it's really thick with information. If you have any other questions, feel free to please comment on my content so I can make more. I feel like there's something I'm missing. What am I missing? Watch for changes. I will put out a schedule here very shortly. I'm getting like artist block, not really block. I'm getting like so excited about making my schedule that I'm kind of taking too long making the schedule. So I will do my best to get that out to you guys as soon as possible. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? I love you all so much, and enjoy the rest of your Friday. Replays are on YouTube. Go follow me on YouTube. There really was something more important, or there was something else that was really important, but I don't know what it is today. Oh, I love you. That's all. Have a great Friday.